My name is Al Brown. I've been a chef, cookbook writer, TV host, mustard maker, and I guess you could call me an opportunist entrepreneur.
Sharing our flaming secrets, that was our tagline.
We're at it again, and this time we're jumping across the ditch to the Barossa Valley with Constellation Wines to blend a Shiraz for my wine brand, Tipping Point.
That's talking to me.
We'll meet some Kiwis that are doing big things on the world stage.
Stunt double.
And as always, we'll get to know the region, the food, and the people. We'll catch up with our old friends at the Kea Conservation Trust with a portion of our Shiraz profits continuing to support their hard mahi.
So, to get to the Barossa, you have to come to Adelaide. Now, everyone talks about Australia, they talk about Melbourne are great restaurants, they talk about Sydney are great restaurants. This is Adelaide, and there's one that if you come, you have to come here. It's called Kea or Kea. I'm not quite sure, but I know it's going to be right up my alley. As a chef, you just know when you walk into some places, you know it's going to be really, really special. Everything about this place just screams good time. Jake, the chef, has just sent us this to start the evening off. Cocktails, fire in the background, beautiful restaurant, fire outside, kind of like high-end but a little bit down and dirty. Right up my street. Oh my God, that is crazy good, huh? Unbelievable way to start the trip. I'm so pumped.
After an incredible meal, I spent the rest of the night yarning with Chef Jake. He also gave me a great tip on some really interesting wine growers.
Seems to me like this is typical Barossa. You can see how dry and harsh it is on the other side, and then you have this swathes of huge amount all through here of vines. I'm pretty excited. It's the Barossa, we're here, we're going to make a Shiraz. We're going to meet some cool people along the way.
I'm meeting with Amelia from Alkina. She runs an organic vineyard that understands the importance of protecting the land in order to produce complex wines.
How are you? First stop in the Barossa. Oh my Lord. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. We've driven out from Adelaide today and it's been flat as flat as flat, and then you start seeing the undulation, which is basically the beginning of the Barossa. You may hear at times people talk about terroir. Is that how you say it?
That's right, terroir, yes.
Which is basically, what is terroir? It's what's underneath.
Well, it's a combination of factors, but when you're dealing with a single site, the main differential is what's underneath the ground, because essentially the climate is the same all over the farm.
Yes.
And the people managing it are the same.
Yes, right.
So where we get variation is in geology.
Right.
And we've worked with a guy called Pedro Parra.
How exciting.
Amazing.
And the idea, you know, because he's going out there obviously doing something to see, right. And you must be all sitting there in the background going, what do you see? What is it like? You know?
What do you see? Is it good? So the first time he came here, I said to him, what have we got? And he said, I tell you what you've got. You've got a Ferrari. but you don't know how to drive it. Right. Exactly. We're not trying to, become geologists, but what we really want to help people understand is that tiny, fine vine roots will easily get their way down through the fractures. And that's where interesting stuff is. We know that when they eat down here, we get chalky tannins, we get interesting minerality, we get elegance, we get perfume, we get complex layers. If they just suck water from up here, in the superficial roots, we just get juicy, jammy wine.
There's always been that sort of, I guess, that theory that, they need to do it hard.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the thing to me that I look at it and it looks bloody interesting.
Isn't it?
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
You can sort of understand layering and wine and when people talk about things, when you actually connect with this, because it makes so much sense.
Exactly.
Part of the thrill about going to these regions is the people that you meet. Meeting Amelia just before, like, how passionate was she? So really starting to get a feel of the, how unique this Barossa region is. Look at the age of this vine. That, I'm told, is well over 100 years old. I don't think that's Shiraz. I think that's Grenache for some reason. Actually, definitely Grenache. Actually, I have no clue, but it's a bloody old vine and it's in the Barossa.
I'm now off to see my next wine grower, John. His family has been farming and growing in the Barossa for 6 generations.
John, first question. Shiraz or Shiraz?
It was always Barossa Shiraz for us. Obviously, you guys across the ditch like to call it Syrah.
No, we call it Syrah, but over here I'm hearing you guys call it Shiraz.
Well, it depends.
And I call it Shiraz.
It depends on your dialect too. So northern Barossans might call it Shiraz.
Oh, right.
Or Shiraz.
Right. Would we say that this is the best place in the world to grow Shiraz in the Barossa?
We've been doing it a very, very long time here in the Barossa, 150, 160 years plus. Some of the oldest vine material in the world. I think we can safely say that we're right up there with the best of them.
Okay, well, enough about the Barossa. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, John. You know the reason I'm here. I need some of your juice. What are you bringing to the table? Because there's other people out there that really want to be contributing as well, and I'm giving you a shot, so pour it out, mate. Oh, look at the colour. The 19.
So this is coming from that vineyard down there. So it's got a few years age on it.
Oh my God, it's bloody delicious.
So yeah,
I want some of this in mine. I'm serious.
This is a style that we like to make. You know, it's a bit more food friendly. You know, less of that sort of oak influence.
Yes,
it is more fruit driven.
It's definitely fruit driven. You know what I think? I think has mass appeal. At the end of the day, we want, to me, that first sip. I don't have to think about it too much at all. All I'm thinking about is the next sip. You know, it's delicious. I can see a big bloody Wagyu steak sitting next to this.
Definitely red meats.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
On a nice autumnal Barossa day.
A nice autumnal Barossa day. Listen to him. Do you dress up when you go to the city?
This place just keeps getting better. What an incredible combo of people, land, and of course, history. Before I get stuck into blending my Shiraz, I've got just enough time to chat to a Kiwi who is helping other Kiwis with big ideas make it on the global stage.
Looks like a Kiwi. Jeez, mate, I put my cap on you. You would be me. Stunt double. Super to meet you. So, Brent, the company's called Innovise. Break it down to exactly what you do.
Yeah, challenging question. My wife doesn't know what I do. She thinks I'm an international spy.
Right.
So typically we look out for innovations or technologies that are globally relevant, a technology that's going to transform an industry.
Right.
Like game changing. We work with university research facility to create a company around the technology. We fund it, parachute in a professional team, off we go, and then we've got a process and we help them to grow.
Am I getting this when I say that essentially someone has an idea, then you surround them with the right people to develop that and to take it to market and do all those things so the person who designed that can concentrate on doing that and you do the other stuff? Give us an example of really successful people that are under the radar with ideas from New Zealand that you've taken and put out in the world.
Young man Jed Finch came up with a technology called X-Frame, which is a circular economy building technology. It's a framing system made out of plywood, so it's friction fit, very clever. So you can do a drawing, scan that in, and then create a cut file, installation instruction, a bill of materials, quotation within an hour or hours,
right,
and it's ready to go.
So we're obviously in Adelaide, beautiful Adelaide, but you came from where?
Tokoroa.
Tokoroa. It's a small town in New Zealand.
But a beautiful one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 11 years old, living in a state house, you know, moving around Toke with mum and dad, of course, and, you know, just a couple of nights there, I just thought, gee, there's got to be more than this in life.
Look where you are now on the international stage, helping New Zealand companies take their products to the world. I mean, and that started from a state house in Tokoroa. Amazing story. You know, I listened to you talking about what you do. There's so many parallels to what I do as well, in the sense of you may have an idea, but you really need a team of people around you to make that, you know, a reality.
Well, I really feel like I've assembled the A-team. The Shiraz is coming from top shelf growers, and now I'm meeting the last member of our team, Ange. She's an extremely talented winemaker, and she's going to hold my hand through the blend, and hopefully we make something we are really proud of.
What I've got, Al, is some different Shirazes from different regions amongst the Barossa.
They're all part
Of the family, you know, different soils, etc. as well, which impart different characters.
Okay.
So I just think we'll go 30, 30, 10 to start with.
Hey, it's delicious.
Did we nail it first time?
It's bloody tasty straight away. Okay, so we're staying with the northern.
Let's try this one. I've gone a bit rogue.
Yeah, somehow it doesn't feel as soft as it was.
It's not as balanced. I've gone too far.
You know, tipping point is not about high end or too funky or anything. It's about wine for the people. Take the top off, unscrew the lid, drink, and it's a good time.
We're at 1 and 4. I don't want to go too far with it though.
I liked it more when we, I think the first one that we had.
So we'll go 5 of that. We'll bring this down to 15. And then we'll do half and half of these.
That's talking to me. Could drink them all and they're all delicious just like that, but this idea of blending is such a wonderful way to do it. I'm really happy with this. You have to stop sometime, and I want to stop now because I think we've got something really
Easy.
delicious here.
It is great.
Thank you. Thank you. As I suspected, the Barossa has over-delivered. I've just loved my time here in the Barossa Valley. Really, really unique. Wonderful people, fantastic food. History, didn't realise there'd be so much history here and so much age in a lot of the vines. But most of all, every sip of wine I've had has been off the dial. And I'll just let you into a little secret. I always get ahead of myself. Well, the wine we have blended, we haven't put it in a bottle yet, but I've already made the label. So here we go, check this out. So this is it. This is the Opportunist, it's the Tipping Point Shiraz from Barossa, Australia. It's the real deal. It's going to be on the shelf shortly, so keep an eye out for it. I reckon it's going to drink like a dream.
Amazing. I am so pumped about this beautiful Barossa Shiraz. I'm heading back to Aotearoa to catch up with Nigel and the Kea Conservation Trust and see how they're getting on with all their hard mahi.
So it's an absolute thrill to have Nigel here from the Kea Conservation Trust. The Tipping Point brand has a lot of environmental causes that we give to each year, and the Kea has been part of it right from the start. We kind of love these birds because they're cheeky and they've got a reputation of being a bit naughty and love shiny things and love to get up to no good. So what is the biggest threat to the Kea?
Like all New Zealand endemic birds, it's predators.
Yes, it is predators.
Introduced predators. Another project that we are channeling some funds to is the lead mitigation project, where we're removing lead
in the huts.
In the huts, yeah, because Kea engage with the lead, they actually nibble on it, and there's a significant problem with lead poisoning or lead toxicity in some of our Kea populations.
What I'm hearing from you is it's about keeping the conversation going, keep people, making them aware, interact with them in the wild at a distance, and probably unashamedly serve and protect, because this is the new Shiraz, which again is you guys are guaranteed, I think, at least $10,000 to go towards the trust to help save the Kea or help grow the Kea population.
I see clearly that these are low-cost mountain glasses.
Yes.
Not high-quality, high-end.
We're not a formal bunch around here, Nigel. Okay. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work.
Yes, and just thank you for your input and support to the Kea Conservation Trust, and may it continue.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Serve and protect.